And we got to be all sworn in before we do anything. Is that okay? Who's going to swear us in? You do? Uh-oh. Man.
Okay, would you stand and raise your right hand?
Raise your right hand.
I state your name.
I, Brett Frazier,
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution
I will support
to defend the Constitution
of the United States
the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of California
Constitution of the State of California,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and
especially our
domestic.
local ones.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California.
that I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amen. We got it under control here. Okay, call to order now. Closed session. Is there any closed session items?
No, Chairman, there are no closed session items.
Okay. Any additions to the agenda?
No, Mr. Chairman, there are no additions to the agenda.
Public comment.
Public comment. The first 15 minutes of each regular session is set aside for the members of the public to comment on any item within the jurisdiction of the board but not appearing on the agenda. Items presented under public comment may not be discussed or acted upon by the board at this time. For items appearing on the agenda, the public is invited to comment at the time the item is called for consideration by the board. Any person addressing the board under public comment will be limited to a 3-minute presentation to ensure that all interested parties have an opportunity to speak. Any handouts to the board must be submitted to the chief clerk of the board for distribution to the directors. Anyone addressing the board is asked to print their name clearly on the speaker sheet at the podium. Also, all persons addressing the board may state their name and county of residence for the record.
Anybody out here want to make a comment in public comment? Jay, you want to make something? Seeing none, we'll move on to approval of the minutes, item 4.1.
Consideration of approval of the public meeting minutes for April 10th, 2018.
So moved.
First and the second, any public comment on the approval of the minutes? Seeing none, roll call, please.
I call for the vote. Director Frazier?
Yes.
Director Rogers?
Yes.
Director Mahill?
Yes.
Director Wheeler?
Yes.
Vote 1 absent. So vote passes 4-0, 1 absent.
Okay. Item 5.
5, Public Finance Authority, Community and Economic Development Department, Planning Division. Discussion and consideration to adopt a resolution to provide direction to staff to prepare and mail an infrastructure financing plan as part of the Riverstone Enhanced Infrastructure Financing District.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Matt Traber, Community Economic Development Director, and Ahmad Al-Kayad, our Public Works Director, here with me as well. I will be brief. We do have a PowerPoint presentation for your authority board consideration. This is the third step in the process of formation of this Enhanced Infrastructure Financing District. The Board of Supervisors has previously adopted the
Is this one you gave us last time?
correct.
I brought it.
Correct. So you've adopted a resolution of intent to form, and the financing authority created this board that is sitting here today. Here's a map just depicting the boundaries of where this enhanced infrastructure financing district and those properties over that are included within this this district. The action we're asking for today from the Public Financing Authority Board is for direction to prepare the infrastructure financing plan and provide the necessary noticing of that prior to its consideration for adoption by your board. That IFP will include a legal description of the property. It'll include a detailed description of the public facilities which are to be financed and constructed as a part of this EIFD. and it needs to be sent to any affected taxing entity, which is the County of Madera. It is the only affected taxing entity, and any property owners residing within that district boundaries, as depicted on the map previously. And it'll also detail how much is estimated to be generated tax increment from this program as well. There'll be a detailed analysis of the fiscal end of this. As I've said, the sequel will be conducted to the California Environmental Quality Act, and your body cannot hear and consider it for adoption without a 60-day notice. So that notice is also part of your action today, is directing staff to provide the necessary notice. In closing, we are recommending that your body direct us to prepare that infrastructure financing plan and provide the necessary noticing prior to adoption by your body. That concludes my presentation. Available for any questions.
On that map you had, was any of those lots sold?
So this, and I just pulled it up there, the project boundaries and the EIFD does not include the first 252 lots that have been sold to individual owners. This is primarily all owned by the same entity, and I believe it is all owned by that entity now. There is some transfer in the works, and those few merchant builders that are out there will have to sign covenants. They're required to as a part of that acquisition from the master developer already.
That's what I was wondering, because I figured if there was any of them sold, we'd have to do that.
Correct.
Okay. Good. Any other questions from any of the board members? Seeing none. Any from the public? Public hearing? Anybody running up? So what's your pleasure, board?
Move to approve. Second.
First and second, roll call, please.
Call for the vote. Supervisor Frazier,
Yes.
Director Rogers,
Yes.
Director Mahill,
Yes.
Director Wheeler.
Yes.
Vote passes 4-0, one absent.
Okay. Move to adjourn.
So moved. Thanks for coming out. Took long.